Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Yeah! It'd be kind of nice if I had someone to do that off stage, maybe. I should ask Sean to come and give it a whack at some point. Anyway, we're still working on Korngold, which is really cool because I actually have more Korngold than I thought I had. So there's at least 3 videos to come of Korngold, this one and 2 others. So that'll be 4, which is really kind of good because he deserves the attention. He was a major and interesting composer. He really was. He had the misfortune to be considered passé for most of his career. But now we don't care about that, do we? I mean, we're smarter now, theoretically. So we begin with Die Tote Stadt on Naxos. Now, this is a decent live performance. I'm right. Yes, it was recorded live by the Swedish Broadcasting Corporation in 1996. The great recording is still by far the RCA. That was 1975 with Eric Leinsdorf and Carol Neblett and Renee Colo, I think, and Herman Pry and all those people. That's the one to get if you can still find it. But this isn't bad. I mean, it gets the job done. It has a few cuts, I think, here and there. But otherwise, it's a crazy opera. You know, it's about a guy whose wife, well, it's kind of like, you know, if you know your films, Rebecca Goes to the Opera. I mean, there's no evil Mrs. Danvers, but it's the same idea. You know, this guy, his name is Paul, his wife's dead. He builds this shrine to her memory. You know, he can't, free himself from her, this vision of her. He like hallucinates. He has there's a whole dream sequence and some other woman. And he lives in Bruges, the town Bruges, which is the dead city. It's a city of memories. Yeah, something like that. And so, yes, that's where it is. And the music is gorgeous. It was a huge success in the 1920s. Korngold was only 1923. No, Korngold was only 23, not 1923. He was only 23 when he finished it, which is like amazing, insanely crazy, amazing. And the music's great. So there it is. There's another one that you get. There are a bunch of videos of it, too, that are out. But the RCA recording is still unsurpassed. All right, Korngold Violin Concerto with Goldmark Violin Concerto No. 1 on Naxos with Vera Tsu violin and the Razumovsky Sinfonia under Yu Long. Now, I collect Korngold Violin Concertos because I just think it's marvelous work. It really is just fun beyond belief. And so I got this with very, very few hopes for how it would turn out. And as it turned out well. It's a nice recording. I mean, it's a little bit below the, hot shot virtuoso, things that have come out since. I mean, my favorite recording is still Gil Shaham's, I think. It's got to be Gil Shaham. But, Perlman did it and Heifetz did it, so. But this is nice to have. I mean, it's nice to know that the piece is getting played by solid and sensitive musicians and recorded once in a while. So no problem with that. Then we've got the complete music for violin and piano with Detlef Hahn and Andrew Ball on ASV. That's the Violin Sonata in G, the Much Ado About Nothing Suite, which is delicious, however you get it, in that version or orchestrated. And then a whole bunch of short little bits, little tiny short bits, including the Marietta's song from Die Tote Stadt, arranged for violin and piano. So this is fun. Which I hung on to. What's this one? Oh, wow. Piano Works, Volume 1, with Alexander Frey, who's really a very good pianist. We've got the Märchenbilder, which is just a 30-minute suite of delicious little vignettes. It's from 1910. He was like, I don't know, still in the womb when he wrote that. 4 waltzes, named after ladies. They're named Gretel, Margit, Gigi, or Gizi and Mitzi. And then Don Quixote from 1909. Well, it's even earlier than the Märchenbilder. Ooh, isn't that interesting? I don't know if there are any other volumes of this that came out. I don't think I have them. You see the little notch here? See the notch? See the notch? Remember the notch? There we go. You can see it against a white background. Those were the days when labels sent promotional material to critics. And so that it could not be sold in stores, they chopped a bit out of the edge so that you would know it was a not-for-sale product, which prevented nothing from being sold because everyone just ran down to, Academy Records on 18th Street and 5th Avenue in New York, or one of those. There were many places in those days that sold used CDs, and you just dumped everything for cash. I hung on to everything. Actually not. I did a lot of dumping in my day as well. Just ask anybody. All right, so now we've got the Soundtrack Factory. These are original soundtracks. How they got them, I have no idea. It looks like it came from Slovakia. So there may have been some copyright issues here that nobody was paying much attention to. Now on YouTube, of course, everyone pays attention to copyright issues. But here we have little sweets from Captain Blood, The Prince and the Pauper, The Seahawk, The Sea-Wolf, Juarez, King's Row, Between Two Worlds, Of Human Bondage and Deception. Oh, Deception is fun. And this is all conducted by Korngold. So these are original recordings from like the 40s. And I got them just to have for completeness sake, because there's two of them. Here's the other one. This one has The Adventures of Robin Hood, The Private Lives of Elizabeth and Essex, The Green Pastures, Anthony Adverse Devotion. Oh, God, was that stupid. Escape Me Never, and The Constant Nymph. It's very nymphomaniacal. Yes, it is. So it's all composed and conducted by Korngold, except The Constant Nymph, which was conducted by Edmund Goulding. There's that. So I have those things, and they're cute. Oh, this was fun. The Complete Piano Sonatas with Michael Schaefer on Profil, edition Gunther Hensler. We've got, sonatas. There are three of them. Yes, three really enjoyable piano sonatas. And they're big works, serious works, along with 4 little caricatures for children, Opus 19, and Tales of Strauss. See, there's a lot more Korngold than people think there is. Yes, there's he was a real composer who wrote in many media, quite successfully, in basically the same style, which was, chromatic sludge with tunes interspersed. And it's good chromatic sludge. Now we've got the symphony with the London Symphony Orchestra in Previn and the Much Ado About Nothing Suite for chamber orchestra. That version, Much Ado About Nothing, is adorable. The symphony is such a great work. It really is. This performance always struck me as just a little lacking in color. I'm not quite sure, what it was. But, and Previn was a film music guy, and he really understood, how to wring the thing out of an orchestra. But for some reason, this one struck me as a little faded. I think it's because Previn was a little faded when he made the recording, to be honest with you. The pizzazz just wasn't the way it used to be. And then, last but not least, film music on Chandos. This is a multi-volume series, I'm sure, but one of them is down here. I think the others are upstairs. It's The Sea-Wolf, 55 minutes, and the trailer for The Sea-Wolf, and 16 minutes of the adventures of Robin Hood with the BBC Phil under Rumangamba. It's just wonderfully recorded and enjoyable from first note to last. The Sea-Wolf is really cool. I love it. So there. That's an interesting and varied bunch of Korngold, isn't it? You've got operas, you've got chamber works, you've got piano solos, you've got film scores, concert pieces. He had a considerable range. He really did. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.